destroyed Matt Roloff and Caryn's jail time? Leaked statement. FBI raid Matt's house. 5 minutes ago, everything changed. Not slowly, not Q6-ly, but all at once. One leaked statement, one sudden report, and suddenly, the carefully protected image around Matt Roloff and Caryn Chandler began to crack in ways fans never expected. For years, viewers believed they understood the story, the farm, the family, the legacy. But tonight, that story takes a darker turn. What you're about to hear is not gossip. It is not rumor-driven hysteria. It is a timeline, a pattern, and a growing list of unanswered questions that have left fans shaken and insiders scrambling. Because when words like investigation, federal involvement, and legal exposure start appearing in the same sentence as a beloved reality television figure, nothing stays normal for long. Matt Roloff has spent decades crafting a public image of resilience and leadership. A man who overcame physical challenges. A businessman who built a farm into a brand. A father figure whose life was broadcast into millions of homes. But reality television does not always show the full picture. And sometimes, what stays off camera matters far more than what viewers see. According to multiple sources close to the situation, a statement allegedly leaked earlier today sent shockwaves through both the production community and longtime fans. The language was clinical, carefully worded, and deeply unsettling. It suggested that authorities were not merely reviewing paperwork or resolving a minor dispute. It suggested something much bigger. To understand why this matters, we have to go back years. Long before any cameras were rolling. Long before Caryn Chandler became a central figure in Matt Roloff's life. Back to a time when business, personal relationships, and power dynamics quietly began to overlap. Roloff Farms was never just a family home. It was a complex operation involving land value, contracts, zoning, labor, and significant cash flow. As the farm grew, so did the stakes. And as with many large operations, decisions made behind the scenes did not always align with the wholesome image presented on television. Former employees have described a workplace where lines were sometimes blurred. Personal relationships crossed into professional territory. And decisions were often centralized under Matt himself. At the time, few questioned it. Success tends to silence concern, especially when money keeps moving and the cameras keep rolling. Caryn Chandler entered this environment not as a fan, but as a manager. She understood the farm from the inside. She knew the numbers, the schedules, the logistics, and eventually, she knew Matt Roloff not just as a boss, but as a man navigating a collapsing marriage and a shifting public identity. When Matt and Amy Roloff separated, the narrative presented to viewers was one of mutual understanding and growth. But insiders have long whispered that the emotional timeline was far more complicated. That overlap existed. That boundaries were crossed earlier than acknowledged. And that decisions made during that period may still be under scrutiny today. Fast forward to the present. A sudden report surfaces claiming federal authorities executed a search connected to Roloff property interests. No dramatic footage. No flashing lights shown publicly. Just quiet confirmation that something was examined closely. And when federal agencies look closely, it is rarely without reason. The leaked statement allegedly references financial records, property valuations, internal communications. It does not accuse. It does not explain. But it signals intent. And intent is often the most frightening part. Fans immediately jumped to conclusions. Some cried conspiracy. Others defended Matt without hesitation. But seasoned legal analysts pointed out something important. Investigations do not appear overnight. They are built slowly, brick by brick, over months or even years. So, what could possibly be at the center of this? Sources familiar with the matter suggest that the focus may involve land transactions tied to the farm, decisions surrounding sales, valuations presented publicly versus privately, and whether all disclosures were made accurately to all parties involved. This matters because Roloff Farms is not just sentimental property. It is a high-value asset. And any misrepresentation tied to its ownership or sale could carry serious consequences. Caryn Chandler, as both a former manager and current partner, now finds herself in an uncomfortable position. Her role intersects business and personal life in ways that complicate everything. Even innocent involvement can become legally dangerous when proximity is close enough. The phrase jail time has not been confirmed by any official source, but it has not been denied either. And silence, in situations like this, is rarely reassuring. Matt Roloff himself has not released a detailed public response. Only brief statements emphasizing cooperation and confidence. That tone matters. It is the tone of someone being advised carefully. What makes this situation emotionally heavy is the collateral damage. Family members who did not ask for this. Children who grew up on camera now watching their childhood legacy questioned publicly. Fans who invested years of loyalty now struggling with disbelief. Reality television often blurs truth, but legal documents do not. They are unforgiving. They do not care about brand image or nostalgic memories. As of now, no charges have been publicly announced. No official arrests confirmed, but the presence of federal interest changes the story permanently. Even if nothing comes of it, the shadow remains. And if something does come of it, the consequences could reshape not only Matt Roloff's future, but the entire legacy of the show itself. This is no longer about drama. It is about accountability, about whether the public image matched the private reality, and about how quickly power can unravel when scrutiny finally arrives. For now, all eyes remain fixed, waiting, watching, as statements are reviewed, as silence stretches, and as the truth slowly moves closer to the surface. Because sometimes, the most shocking moments are not the ones broadcast on television. They are the ones that happen quietly, 5 minutes ago, and change everything.